Why are you still holding on to those old memories and those old thoughts and those old behaviors when you know it's been draining you, causing you to feel stuck, and most importantly stagnant, when you know you struggled and suffered? Like, make it make sense. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there is no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, then that means it's not in line, which means it is not for you, so don't force it. As well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. For today's video, we're going to go over and discuss why and how to let go of old memories that no longer serve us, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and some things that you should be aware of. So really quickly, guys, my arm is itching, so yeah. Anyways, TMI. Starting off the first disclaimer. The main reason why you need to let go of old memories is because it's holding too much of your space. It's causing too much of a distraction. And when you're in distractions and when you're distracted in life, when you go through distractions, you're not able to focus, which means you're not able to be present, which means you're not able to accomplish the things that you want for yourself, which means you're not able to see the results that you've been crying and whining and complaining about. All to y'all shade. You can't be focused if you're worried about what happened 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Now, the second disclaimer. This doesn't mean that your feelings were not valid. This doesn't mean that you didn't go through certain chapters and certain moments of your life and you didn't have ups and downs, highs and lows. But at the end of the day is going to continue to move forward. And the longer you hold on to mindsets and people and places and things and ideologies and beliefs that no longer resonate with you, the longer you're going to feel paralyzed. This is why people struggle with anxiety. This is why people struggle with depression. This is why people have PTSD. And I'm speaking from experience. What has helped me along my healing journey was to validate my emotions, to understand what has happened to me, to process what has happened to me, to see a psychiatrist, to see a therapist. For those of you who are religion into spirituality, go to the gods, the ancestors, the universe, take what resonates, leave the rest, because I'm not here to force it upon you, and to figure it out. Because it's like, the longer we hold on to mindsets and behaviors and people and places and things, especially if it hurt us, if it harmed us, if it sabotaged us, whether it was ourselves or things externally, the more and more we shut down and the more numb we become. And this is when people start to become serial killers and people end up taking their lives and other people. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. A lot of people sometimes just needed to have someone to be there for them or to let them know, to remind them. Because a lot of times in life, if you don't have God and sisters in the universe, all you have is yourself, or if you don't have community. And I don't think it's fair to you or to me to be bitter or to be angry about things when, one, when you know you're doing everything that you can to live your life and things happen to you, and two, when you know you aren't deserving of those things. Like, just because we suffer and struggle doesn't necessarily mean that we deserved it to happen to us. The only reason why it had to happen to us was for us to understand who we are and why it doesn't need to happen again. So the third disclaimer is knowing that, like, yes, in life we go through things, but the goal is to understand what it is that we're learning in the moment. So therefore the moment doesn't turn into years or days or weeks. This is, like I said, why a lot of people are not able to move forward. And I don't know about you, but it's like life is not guaranteed. Like, a lot of people have plans to see the next day and then they don't. Recently, when I'm making this, rest in peace to Oliver Tree, I'm pretty sure he had plans to continue to promote his tour. He recently just passed away. You're gonna wake up one day, have plans to do something, and then you won't be here. So it's just like, instead of being angry, instead of allowing ourselves to hold grudges, instead of allowing that pain and that suffering to harden our heart, we just have to acknowledge things for what they were. So the fourth disclaimer is knowing that it's okay to celebrate both the good and the bad times in your life, because both times were necessary. And until you're able to be intentional, until you're able to, like I said, seek assistance when it comes to like your mental health, or you have people that you can confide in, you will feel as though that the world is very dark. And it's not always dark. The sun has to come out. Like, it can't always rain all day, every day. Even in tropical environments, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold. Even when it's in cold environments, it doesn't have to snow every day. Sometimes there's hail, sometimes it's freezing, sometimes it's just cloudy. It just all depends. Like, life is going to go up and down. Life is like a roller coaster. So it's just really important that you learn to see things for what they are and allow things to be what they are, because the more you accept life for how it has been and not what you think it should be, or not how you want it to be, or people, places, and things, the less likely it is you have disappointment. The less likely it is for you to make decisions that are not bettering you. This account is about being held accountable, being honest, being vulnerable, and being authentic. And in order for you to do that, you have to be honest with yourself. And that's going to be the first recommendation in order for you to let go of mindsets and behaviors, and most importantly, memories that no longer resonate with you. You need to understand what was the emotion that you felt in that experience and how it made you feel. So I want you to think of a bad memory, a bad thought, and how did it make you feel? So for example, I talk about me being in a car accident on here. The bad memory that I had at the time, it was so negative and it was so overpowering, simply because, one, it was very much life and death. So like for me, it's self-explanatory. Like, I simply could have died, and because I've met people who have died in car accidents, it was a thought of scarcity. And then simply because at the time when I got into this accident, I didn't have a community. So it's not like I had people where I could confide in and let them know, like, you know, I was afraid. Like, I didn't have that. So not having the community, and then just not having the experience, which caused like paranoia. What was I supposed to learn from it? How can I transmute that? What are the 3 things that I just gave you? What are the positives to it? We have to be able to start seeing positives in negatives. Now, of course, I am skilled. I do this daily. That's just who I am. That's what I do. That's just who I am. So the second recommendation is practicing. I was able to realize, okay, if it's life and death and I didn't die, I was able to live. So that's the first positive. If I didn't have community and I didn't have support, I needed to articulate myself. So seeing a therapist, seeing a psychiatrist, going to God, going to the ancestors, going to the universe, eventually finding community, but just not suppressing how I feel, talking about how I feel. And I'm somebody who's always been vocal about my emotions. I've never felt weak. I've never felt like I'm blessed of a person. I've never felt overly sensitive. No, I know how beautiful I am, because the most beautiful people in this world feel. That's what children are, and that's what babies are, and that's what we start off as. And it doesn't matter your race or your gender. Everybody has emotions. And me personally, I don't like when people try to act like they don't care about certain things or they don't feel some type of way, because you do. It's nothing wrong with that. It's not cool or unhealthy to act as if you're a robot, because you're not. So because I'm a human, because I have feelings, I felt some emotional type of way. I could have died. Like, stop listening to people who are not somebody who are able to express themselves. Like, I don't surround myself with people who don't express themselves, because they're not weak. The third situation, having to deal with the consequences, just learning from experience. So it's like, ever since then, and 10 years later, I have improved. Like, I don't even play like that. I don't like when people are in a rush. I hate when people have road rage. I hate when people go in and out of traffic, because it's just like, people are in so quick of an accident. I mean, people are so quick to get somewhere that they could easily get into an accident. And it just lets me know, like, some of these people never have been in an accident, and people don't realize how quick your life could be taken. Like, quickly your life could be done. Some people haven't gone through certain things, but because I'm wise, because I have the discernment, because I have the knowledge, because I have experience, I'm letting you know, you can have around and find out if you want to. It also just lets me know, like, how you take care of certain things. People, to me, who are always rushing and speeding, you don't care about your brakes, you don't care about your oil, you don't care about your car. And you really don't. Let me not get into that. It just lets me know a lot about you. But anyways, We're not here to judge these people, but like I said, just certain respect for ourselves. Now we're just yapping. But the other recommendations, because now I feel like we're just getting into story time, it's just knowing that once you're able to, like I said, see the positive, once you're able to realize what the memories are, once you're able to allow yourself to feel, which will be the fourth disclaimer, is just knowing like, okay, now what are the solutions? What can you do moving forward to where you can let go of what it is that you've witnessed or that you went through? So like how I was able to come up with solutions was, like I said, I don't be ripping and riding. Like I said, I value my car, I value my money, I value my life. I'm never in a rush to go anywhere. Wherever I have to go, I'm not the ambulance. I'm not an EMT. I'm not a professional race car driver. There's no reason for me personally to be rushing. And I've realized that it's no need for me in any area of my life, because I'm not in a race. I'm not in a competition. And I know where I want to be when I want to be there, because it's up to me to get there. Like, it's no reason to continue to hold on to certain things in your life that have already served their purpose. Because I'm telling you, you will start to resent either the situation or the people and the places and things. That's like if somebody says something to you, somebody's done something to you. I've dealt with a lot of, like I said, just very mortifying, low vibrational people. Instead of me allowing them to have space in my mind, honestly, the sooner the better, the more like it's like, okay, I can't be upset like that. For example, certain people who were narcissists or are envious or who had low self-esteem or just not genuine people, I can't be upset that you lack morals or that you lack integrity or that you're not a good person. Why do I need to care? No, once I realize that you carry yourself a certain type of way and you don't have certain standards, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't need to talk badly about you. I'm not going to tell anybody that I was associated with you. I honestly don't even want to speak to you. If it's up to me, like, I wouldn't even acknowledge you. But because, you know, sometimes you do, it is what it is. But it's like, once you see things for what they are, you don't have to continue to be angry with those people. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you know now and learn from it. Just don't continue to surround yourself with people. And just because you forgive people doesn't mean that you forget what has happened to you. Or just because you forgave yourself for having to learn certain things over time doesn't make you less of a person. Like, it's no reason to be angry or to hold grudges and to allow people to have that much space in your heart, because you sabotage yourself, you block yourself. So many people have went out their way to do certain things to me. I would have ended up being like them, which was never going to happen, but I could have ended up being like them. I could have ended up being bitter, or I could have ended up having resentment. That's not who I am. And it doesn't matter how hard people try. You know who tries harder? Your higher self, God, the ancestors, and the universe. And for those of you who really know the vibes, it's nothing to play with. Everybody reaps what they sow. You can't do bad things to bad people and think bad things are not going to happen, and vice versa. So instead of holding on to these memories and allowing it to sabotage ourselves, or allowing it to cause us to be paranoid or have trust issues or not have faith or distort our image, we need to acknowledge it for what it is. We need to be vocal. We need to talk about how we feel, so therefore we can come up with solutions and live our best life and make better memories. You don't have to create negative memories anymore once you realize what you had to learn from. So whatever questions, comments, concerns resonates with you, let me know. Let me know what you want to talk about. Follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. If you're interested in a service in a session where it's more like intimate, click the link in my description. If not, when you follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, I will be going live talking about these things. But I love you. You are loved. You're not alone. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.